he literally said that. It's like, hey, when you go to church, you better kick me back 10%. Because whatever you made is already mine to begin with.
Yeah.
Jesus sounds like a pimp. You better give me 10%.
Isn't that what a vig is? Isn't that like a mafia term?
The vig. Yeah, the vig.
Like,
This article right here is submitted by one of our loyal patrons, Antonio Lopez, who
Hey, I like that guy.
Antonio.
every week.
Yep.
This is actually about a Mormon who left Wall Street to work for quote-unquote a charity, but ends up blowing the whistle on what he says is his church's clandestine hedge fund. So he's talking about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And he was a former manager at the church's investment firm.
The church has an investment firm?
Churches make money.
Whoa.
Churches make real good money. Even the small church plants.
Yeah.
That's fucking...
His name's David Nielsen. He even says that during his 9 years managing money at the church firm, the value of its investments ballooned past $100 billion.
Billion?
What the f...
We gotta get a church, you guys.
Which makes it the largest treasure held by any religious fund in America.
Oh,
So
wow.
Mormons are the richest?
Holy shit.
But he said instead of spending that money to do good, he alleges it was used in ways that bent the law and broke his faith. I thought I was going to work for a charity. I thought that's what my skills were going to do, was help build the charity and do good things. And the funds were never used for that. It was really a clandestine hedge fund. Those funds weren't used the way that they were appropriated to be used. Once the money went in, it didn't go out. So basically they're, what's that word where everybody's supposed to give like 10% of your life?
Tithing?
Tithe.
Yeah.
Everybody. And you know, like churches like of this magnitude, kind of like the mega churches, they have fuck tons of fun. They have 17 million members.
Oh, dude, those and the hardcore ones, they do auto tithe.
Yeah.
Whoa. No way.
I think my family did that. Where like like the paycheck they get from work, before they see the money, it gets automatically deducted to the church.
Like they have your fucking routing number?
Wait. Is it from your paycheck or is it from your bank?
For your paycheck.
They do it from your paycheck like a freaking tax?
Because what tithe is supposed to be, it's everything you make, 10% of that every time. So they look at it like, oh, here's what I made for this.
That's a crazy rule, isn't it?
10% goes straight to church, yeah.
I feel like there's so much human manipulation in everything. Like, how did we come up with the 10%?
It's a good number.
Jesus said it apparently.
Yeah.
He said it in the New Testament.
He literally said that. It's like, hey, when you go to church, you better kick me back 10%. Because whatever you made is already mine to begin with.
Yeah.
Jesus sounds like a pimp. You better give me 10%.
Isn't that what a vig is? Isn't that like a mafia term? Like
The vig. Yeah, the vig.
It's like 10% or some shit, no?
I guess it's like the...
Yeah, it's going to keep dripping.
It accrues interest when you don't pay it, right?
Passive income, baby. Jesus is all about that passive income. That's what he's about.
I always thought that was so funny.
Where's my money, bitch?
Where did that number come from? It's like, when I go to church and I drop like a $20 or $100 like in the basket or whatever, I feel pretty good. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, hopefully this goes to a good cause.
Bro.
No, it's like
We're talking like years of auto deductions from millions of people.
17 million?
yeah. So every year,
$10 each, that's already 170 million in a year or fuck.
This church collects an estimated $7 billion in contributions from its 17
Tax-free, by the way, because it's a church.
Because it's a church.
Church expects
They should tax him a little bit. Like,
So the church expects members to contribute about
God,
10% of their
10%.
income, a practice known as tithing. Tithing is what's used to build the buildings. It's what's used to pay light bills. Tithing is what's used to operate some of the church's programs. Whatever's left over, about $1 billion or so, is put into a reserve fund at Ensign Peak, which is the name of this particular establishment, and invested. Because Ensign Peak is registered as a nonprofit, it all grows tax-free. He says that since it was created in '97, the reserve fund has swelled beyond $100 billion, twice the size of Harvard's endowment or the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Wait, twice the size of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing, though. He says you could solve a lot of big problems with $100 billion, right? I thought we were gonna
Pretty much all of them.
And they don't have to clean it. That's crazy.
But when asked, did any of your former bosses explain how the money was going to be used one day? He says the answer was always, quote, the second coming. And it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but deep down, I think a lot of employees really did believe that.
Oh.
So basically, it's all just meant to be saved until Jesus walks again, the second coming, where things like everything gets flipped over, and then now they have, reserve money to rebuild.
what is supposed to happen when Jesus comes back?
I think the world's supposed to end.
Is that?
Yeah.
There's like a long list in
There's
Revelation.
that Seth Rogen movie about it.
Oh yeah. This is the end. So like,
That was it, right? That was just like a really demented version of that.
we'll go up to heaven.
You can say that.
It depends. Like they don't. Some Bibles don't have the rapture segment.
Oh, so that's what the rapture is.
Well, the rapture is that people just magically are gone that go to heaven.
And then all the bad stuff, the sinners stay on earth.
There's supposed to be a horn,
A horn.
I think. Maybe I'm wrong. There's some horn that.
Oh, okay. I see.
Like, "Wah," and then that's how you know the world's over.
Like the horn of Mordor, right?
Nice.
Right? Is that a horn? Is that a right?
What does the
Not really
Mordor
a
horn
horn,
sound
but
like?
I don't know. I was.
Mordor has a horn?
He's my
And
reference.
the Eye of Mordor.
Okay, that's not a thing.
I was like, there's no horn.
There's no horn.
There's the Horn of Gondor.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Is that the same thing?
No.
No, Gondor.
You know, there's those politicians that always want to fucking tax the billionaires.
Yeah.
You should tax the fucking churches. 'Cause
Yeah.
The churches are supposed to try to help out anyways.
They can't. It's unconstitutional.
Is it though?
Separation of church and
This
state.
fool got $100 billion.
That's why I
that's
think
not-
Scientology is the most genius thing. I think it's so funny that like some dude probably was like, all right, we're just gonna say this is a church.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make it about the most ridiculous premises.
But as far as like their church goes, like at least they're doing therapy or some shit. Don't they do a bunch of therapy?
Is that called brainwashing?
Should we start
Yeah,
a
whatever.
church?
But what is
I think we should start a church.
Hey, can we
JK
Google how to
church.
start church?
we could let's
need to
start a
start a
church.
church, dude.
What would our church be?
The church of believing in the bettering of lives of others.
That's pretty solid. Hey, that's kind of gangster.
Yeah. I don't think they have one of those.
I could have faith in that.
Yeah.
You know, in any means
The
necessary.
Church of 9% tithing.
Chapel de los Chavez Velasquez.
What if we did the church of hustle culture, dude? And it's all about
Hustle culture.
rise and grind. You know what I mean? Like self-development, fitness. We could do, bro. That's easy.
It's just the red pill
Everybody,
church.
yeah. Everybody loves Gary V. Everybody loves fucking Alex Hormozy, but we make a church version of that.
The
And get
Church
people
of
to-
Hustle?
Yeah, Church of Hustle, and they get us to pay 10% of whatever they make.
Because isn't it really difficult to have a church now that's new? Like you just can't do that, right? Because don't you have to like survive cult status to attain church status?
Yeah, you got to go past Waco.
Yeah, you got.
How do you survive cult?
That's the thing. It takes freaking forever.
How long does it take?
Right?
No, not all of them die.
Oh yeah. So if we don't kill our members, we're good.
Crazy.
Damn, that's
So
fucking...
publicly, church leaders called it a rainy day fund, but in 2013, Nielsen says one of his bosses shared this document at a meeting that showed $1.4 billion from the fund went to a mall being built on land owned by the church, and $600 million was used to prop up a for-profit church-owned insurance company called Beneficial Life.
Oh, I thought you say Adriana's.
Oh yeah. Oh damn it.
$600 million Adriana's insurance?
Killing it, dude.
That's how they could be on the buses.
Who are his bosses? Are these bosses like pastors or they're like CEOs?
Cardinals.
Yeah, like who are his fucking
are these
bosses?
people?
They gotta be businessmen with some sort of religious background.
They call it a rainy day fund. I should make it rain fund.
Yeah, exactly.
When the world ends, you need a place for people to go, which is a giant mall, right? And what if you die? You need insurance to cover your death.
You know what's funny is like if they were biblically accurate about this like end times money, doesn't the Bible say that at some point you can't buy or sell unless you have the mark of the beast anyways?
What does that mean?
You would know.
Buy or sell what?
Yeah, anything. Good. Services.
Oh, it's bartering. Yeah, when the world.
According to the last age is that like they wipe out all ability to have financial transactions unless you get the mark of the beast, which is what they're calling the digital like chip.
Oh, interesting.
I think as a joke,
So it's not face tattoos.
I think that's a good thing.
Damn it.
So then it seems kind of backwards that like
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It seems like they're contradicting what they're.
I think you should send a letter. And let them know, like, hey, I think you've been misappropriating your funds.
I think you should donate to us.
I have this other church that is for the benefit of other people.
oh wow.
He talks about he hit his breaking point in 2018 after a website called Mormon Leaks linked church members to companies that existed only on paper. Those shell companies held billions of dollars in stocks and bonds. What nobody knew outside church leadership was those assets were actually controlled by Ensign Peak. Nielsen says the firm called an emergency meeting. Quote, these entities were to hide the assets from the members. The chief investment officer said that if we were to change and start reporting these securities in our own name, it would bring undue attention to the firm, and that attention would be potentially damaging. And after the meeting, I went and confronted him. What do you mean potentially damaging? And he said, Dave, we're going to lose our tax-exempt status.
Yeah, that's laundering, right?
Ooh, that's hot, dude. Wow. So they're fully aware.
The government's really strict on nonprofit stuff. Because seniors fight back, we have to track every single expense, and it can only be used in very certain categories. and they find that we misuse like $1, we lose our tax exempt status.
But this got Jesus back.
Imagine that if Ron has to collect
That's
receipts
the-
of every senior that fought back.
It's crazy having all these like secret.
You can find them in the obituary.
I can't believe you made that joke. That's